All right, friends, you don't know how to contour. You're scared of contour, and that makes sense. If we've been doing the same makeup for 20 or 30 years, or we learned in the 90s, early 2000s, no one taught us how to contour. As a matter of fact, until I became a makeup artist in the 90s, I didn't even own a makeup brush. This is what we did. My high school and college makeup, okay? You took a puff, you took that same puff, and you just went all over the puff that it came with in the palette, whatever it was, and that went all over the face. Then you took the blush. You used the stuff it came with. Okay, it came with this little brush, and that's what we used. We didn't know anything else, and we put it on, and we were like, you know what? Looks good to me. Smile. Get it on that apple. As a matter of fact, we didn't even own bronzers. I don't remember having a bronzer until I became a makeup artist, and that was years into being a makeup artist before I even used a bronzer. So why contour, okay? It's not to look like a Lion King makeover, not to have the hearts, the stripes, the stars. It's just to give shape and dimension and lift back to our skin. So let's move away from the powders that we got so used to that leave us looking flat and, as I say, abracadaver, okay? Especially as we get into our 40s, even later 30s, 50s, 60s, beyond, you get it. Our face, the meat of our face is coming from here, and gravity's taking it a little more here. So the contour can kind of reset and reshape, but it doesn't have to be a whole drama situation. First, instead of a powder, let's just move to a luminous liquid. This is the L'Oreal Age Preference Radiance Serum, but whatever you have, just a luminous liquid, which will catch the light, and just that will give more volume. You see that? Versus flat volume. That shade Nude Beige. Let's move towards creams. They're a little bit more forgiving, and they can be a lot easier to blend and less blotchy. So now what we're going to do is feel where your cheekbone is, okay? And now, because, especially if you're mature, you want to go a little bit higher than you would think. So we're going in the cheekbone, and I point towards the upper lip, and I'll just take, using my finger, ring finger, whichever's easier, so you don't go too thick. Sometimes if you use it straight out of a contour stick, it can be too aggressive. This is easier. And then we're taking a dense brush, okay, small, dense. This is Real Techniques. You don't got to be fancy. And we're lifting up. So this gives a little more structure, dimension, and shape back to the face, okay? If we're getting a little bit of a softer jawline than we used to have, I'm just dipping the tip and going in here to get down the weight of the jaw. But, then blend it so we don't look like lunatics. And then why the hairline? Well, that's where the sun would naturally hit. Whenever you get a burn, we get it right here. But also, it'll minimize if your hairline is a little bit more receding. I know my forehead seems bigger than it used to be. It just makes it look a little bit softer and not as dun-dun-dun. So anyway, that's why we contour, but blush. Take your blush from here to lift, instant little facelift with a blush. Use a cream, easier, and a sheer texture. And look at the